I'm going to try this. I don't know how well it'll work. I am actually in the shop. So, and I don't know if I can see anybody's messages or not, but we will try it out. And on this camera, I don't know if I can even switch the camera around. Wait a minute, there is a comment button down there. There we go. See if anybody comes on here. And there's somebody. What's up, Mike? That I thought I'd try this. You know, I had a good signal on my phone. I'm like, well, I'm gonna give it a shot and see if I can do a live stream. My videos haven't gone exactly right for today, but I'm working on them. So I'm actually in the shop tonight, working on CJ's 4L60E that I built. I guess over the weekend he went to the, I guess it was Thursday or Friday. He went to the river to do some fishing, and I guess on the way there or the way back he lost. Well, he was losing third and fourth, and so it. So I said, well, just whenever, get it out. You like that? I never just throw them away. Hey, Steven, what's happening? I did it, brother. I'm out here in the shop. I've got good enough signal that it'll work. I will zoom out though. Ooh, good lord! Get it to go back down. Oh crap! Now, I don't know how to get this thing to go back to normal. Anyway, I'm gonna flip you around. All right, here we go. I got a booger. I'm sure I do. I hope it's not showing. So, getting ready to tear it down, and of course, you get the bell housing bolts out, and lo and behold, I got one that I rounded. I haven't done that in a long time, but that dude's rounded bigger than crap, and I don't know why. What the hell? Oh, come on, for the love of Pete. There we go. All right, so I went ahead to the rest of them, and boom, rounded another one. So I was like, all right, boom, boom, rounded two more. Well, Mike, the only way that I've had luck getting these dudes out is with the air hammer and a chisel bit, and you can walk them loose. I mean, they're tight, and over time they stick, and they're torqued to 53 foot-pounds, which is what spec is on it, and they just end up locking up, which is what happened. And of course, I looked at my bit, and my bit is getting wore out also. Here's the bit. It's one of those T50s, Torx Plus, but that dude's getting a little rounded. You can see the edges on it are kind of rounded. So I need to get a new bit, and there's a piece of slack or something hanging in there. Lost you there for a second. Has anyone ever attempted to internally change the gear ratios of Turbo 350? Is it possible to swap out gears from later automatic transmissions? CR, I have and there's not that many people that run a turbo 350 anymore, so you're at the crap end of the shop. So I'm gonna flip you back around. I have not used that or swapped out the gears. It's been so long since I've been in it. I don't remember what's. I think the bottom planetary set is the same, but I don't think they use the same. In fact, I know they don't because the Turbo 350 has got a different uh, second gear. I think the second gear on a Turbo 350 is like 240, 250 maybe, somewhere in there. So they like I said, there's not enough people that run those anymore. Most of the time, everybody's going to 4L80 or something like that. So anyway, well, this is pretty cool. Out here in the shop, and able to do this. I'd imagine if I went in, I'd have better Wi-Fi. I put another access point in our house closer to the shop, but it didn't seem to make much difference as far as the connection was concerned. So um, it is what it is. So yeah, that's that. I'm kind of stuck. I mean, I guess I could take this pan off and at least see what's in the pan. See what we've got cooking with that while we're sitting here live. I'll set you down on the table here. See if I can do this here. There we go. So I guess we'll get a pan off of here. At least see if we got any kind of carnage in the pan. I got the dropsies tonight. That was the last one. Oh wow, there's nothing in the pan. That's a good sign. I could still smell some burnage though, but you can see in the pan there's not much in it, not much on the flour. Got a little bit of gray pasty down there towards the bottom, but that's a good sign. Put that down there. You know what? I may just swap you out on the tripod. Maybe you'll be able to see a little better here. Let me get my turn my other phone off here. All right, you guys are gonna go for a ride here. That's all right, Mike. You didn't miss a whole lot. I'm just trying to set you up on a tripod here. So maybe you can see something. Since we're obviously not going to be able to do anything with these. And I can't read the comments right now, so if you guys are commenting, I'll have to get back to you. All right, where'd my lock go here? So, yeah, anyway, this thing really looks pretty good. I'm just, not much I can do past getting these solenoids and stuff undone. I can at least get the valve body off. I've got mountains of these gaskets for these in stock. This was a solenoid or a valve body from Sonex. It was cheaper. Shit. It was to replace it with one of their valve bodies than it was to try to repair this one. So we just ended up putting a valve body on it. All right. Like I said, if you guys are commenting, I'll look at them here just a second. Right. Don't forget to get all your check balls. And you take these apart. Couple there, one there, one there. There's one. There's one. All right. Yeah, the reason why I say something, I think something broke in this thing is that, again, the fluid is not burning. So my guess is the input housing probably snapped, the housing itself. This is your 1-2 accumulator, and it's got Sonic's pinless servos in it, servo pistons. Pinless pistons. The backstory on this thing is, I guess somebody else had done this thing once before I got it, and they just did all sorts of hacking bunch crap in it. Oop, I missed a check ball. Spacer plate looks good. Get a few little beaten holes in it, but screens are clean. Should be a ball right there, and there is. And I do believe that is all. I'm going to pull that spring out of there. But this has got a pinless piston in it too, so there's no pin right there. Oh, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. But you met another and you were gone. I'll have to get a replace. Oh, there it is right there. I say I didn't know where that check ball ended up going. There it is. All right. Again, we're at a stopping point because I really can't do anything until I get the bell housing off, which kind of stinks. Because you won't be able to see much. Ooh, man, that reverse input housing looks fantastic. With that Kevlar wideband on there. That thing's nice and shiny. This thing, believe it or not, has already got like 30,000 miles on it. And they ain't been easy miles, I'll tell you that. He definitely drives this truck. And it's a truck on top of that, so it's heavy. Man, that fluid looks so good in this thing. All right, a little shake, rattle, and roll time. Here we go. Here, flip you around. Ugly mug. Setting on it. This transmission is, if you look in my playlist, it's CJ's transmission that I built. It was for his, I think it's an 05 GMC two-wheel drive pickup. And at the time, he was racing it because he didn't have anything else to run it in. And he's run it quite a bit. And this is the same one that the guy butchered the case on the fourth accumulator piston and all that good jazz. And the guy just left all sorts of stuff out. Yeah, this one's got Sonic's super servo on it, and I'm sorry the camera's freaking out a little bit. It has to do with the light that's in here. But it's got Sonic's super servo in it, all sorts of Sonic's goodies. As you can tell, it's got, like I said, it's got the pinless pistons. This thing really looks good. I know you can't see in there, but trust me when I tell you that drum in there looks fantastic, and it's got the wideband in it. So yeah, it's far from a stock transmission. This is another Sonic's goodie that they put in there to help that third accumulator ball in there. But anyway, so yeah, today I was out there working on my camper, trying to get some repairs done on it. I'm gonna have to go and see if I can find some stuff to fix it. If I didn't already tell you, go check out. I've started another channel and put some of the stuff that, not so much automotive and transmission stuff on this channel. The other one's going to be trucks, RVs, and life, basically. This is one of my second things that I love to do is I love to camp. I'm sorry, excuse me. Sorry for the ugly faces. We had chili for dinner and it's talking to me. But anyway, I was trying to get a video out for you today and that didn't work either. So I figured I'd try to do a live stream, and I'll be danged if it's not working out here in the shop. So I'm tickled to death. My shop is an absolute pigsty. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could look at it that way. Like I said, it's one of my pastimes that I love to do. I basically grew up in the campgrounds growing up in southern Missouri. Actually, I lived in northern Missouri, but the one of the things that the family did every year is went camping, and one particular campground was south of Kimberly City. I think it was in Reed Spring, if I remember right, but it's off of Highway 13, south of Kimberly City. There's a big bridge that you got to go across that's above the lake, and the name of the campground is Mill Creek Campground. It's an Army Corps of Engineers campground, and this thing is just bad to the bone. I love this campground. I always have. It's just a beautiful campground. They got a peninsula that you can camp on. It's got it runs down a peninsula. They got them on both sides. But if you have been there, Mike, Yeah, that place is awesome. But they the peninsula that they've got like 3 or 4 campsites right on the peninsula, uh, and it's probably got to be the greatest spot to be in the whole campground. Uh, we've been almost every site though. It's a beautiful campground. Every time, and I've said campground about 50 million times, but um, the problem they have is when they get a lot of flooding up there. It puts that place underwater quite a few times, and not just a little bit of water, but quite a bit. It's pretty neat when they open the dam up down there because I mean it looks like Niagara Falls. I mean it's flat coming out of there. It's crazy. Uh, uh, Stephen, and it's not live yet, but it's in the works. I haven't posted any videos for it yet, so um, I just came up with it the other day, and like I said, I'm gonna put the other content for the camper and that kind of stuff on there. It doesn't do very well on this channel, and I'm sure it's just because of the way it's set up. But yeah, I've got a whole bunch of stuff I've been trying to sell. Of course, nobody's buying right now. There's all my transmission cores that I've got. That one there is a 6L45 out of a Cadillac. That's my 6L90 that I'm going to do. That's another 4L80. That's Eric's 4L80 that's done. And I'm waiting on parts to come in for his transfer case. That is a, they call it a Tremec, but it's actually a Borg Warner T5 world class because it is roller bearing. Of course, I would do lives on both of them, Mike, to be honest with you. I usually do lives on this channel on Saturday nights, but I didn't get there last night. I was so tired. I actually was in bed by 7:30. Right on, Steven. Then I got Scarlett's original 700R4. 4L60E is right there. And I've got another 4L60E right there. I've got crap everywhere. I've been trying to redo this because, I mean, trying to get rid of more stuff. Everything that's on that shelf I need to sell. It's tools and what have you. Stuff that I don't use anymore. We're going to have another garage sale next week. Hey, what's up, Jonathan? I haven't heard anything out of you for a while. Thanks for stopping by. Like I said, this is a rare occurrence. I've actually, um, yeah, I heard the working part. This was my Saturday to work. Stephen, I have 3 videos in my phone, and I started one on this 4L60E. But I'm kind of at a standstill, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go live and just see what happens. But again, I've had those bell housing bolts round out, so I'm kind of dead in the water till I can bring my air hammer home, because I don't have one here at the house. So anyway, so I went to the grocery store today. Oh, that's getting hard. It really is. Holy crap, shit's expensive. Pardon my French. It's ridiculous. I try to keep it friendly for YouTube, but every once in a while I get one that slips. Yes, sir. They are. They are. They are. I'm one of those guys that kind of do preventive stuff, and I've seen what ethanol fuel does to injectors and that kind of stuff on just regular gas cars, and so I usually run the no ethanol fuel, and it's probably higher than everybody else. And I'm sure I know, Steven, you've got gas over $7 a gallon over there in California, but still $4 a gallon for the no ethanol is pretty steep. But I look at it this way, maybe since the thing's not out of warranty, hopefully I won't have any injector or fuel pump issues, because that's what usually happens with them. Is they usually um, 25 on stuff for cheesy potato soup with broccoli and smoked sauce. Ooh, damn, that sounds good. Somebody said something about another one. How's the 700R4 you built for the Camaro? Oh, he's tickled to death with it. He's still running it. He says if you leave it in drive, it shifts a little earlier. It shifts about 4,500, which is what they usually did on them old 700s with the factory governor. But if you shift it manually, it's fine. Ooh, damn. Chicken and dumplings and cornbread. Hell yes, brother. Like I said, I had chili for dinner, so. And I apologize for the camera being shaky. I'm just kind of holding it. In fact, I just baked some chicken, because I've been eating chicken salads for lunch. Trying to be somewhat good. Stay away from fast food. Lord knows I don't need it. We had tacos the other night, as a matter of fact, Stephen. In fact, we had date night last night. We went out to, there's an El Patio Mexican joint right here close to the house, within 2 miles. And usually their food's pretty good, but my wife they kind of butchered hers. Made 2 sweet potatoes and burnt one. Burnt sweet potato really is not too bad. We cheated. We bought Mrs. Smith's pies at the store. The only reason why I bought them is they were on sale. And so we stocked up. But you believe it? They had no pumpkin pies. And usually they got pumpkin pie running out their yin yang. But they just had Dutch apple and regular apple and cherry. So I got a couple of Dutch apple and regular apple each. You can't go wrong with an apple pie. They're just flipping awesome. So, if I was a smart guy, a peach crumb pie, and oh, heck yeah, a peach crumb. I've not had a peach crumb pie. Hang on just a second. I'm going to set you up you can look at my ugly mug here just a second. I'm going to put you on my little tripod here, so it's not so wiggly. Not so wiggly. Probably giving you all freaking seizures. Now you can look at the floor. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, they had sweet potatoes on sale too at the store. They were like 35 cents a pound, or not 35, 79 cents a pound, which is pretty good. I mean, last year they were 69 cents a pound. No prep race. It was really good. I'll bet it was. I've been trying to get down to Bradenton, go to some of the races down there. 12 giant what? I know, right? But when you have 12 giant cans, it's tough. Canned sweet potatoes. Is that what you're talking about, Mike? You know, if I was a smart man, I probably would have done this with a tablet. I'd be able to see it a little better. But you know, hey, it is what it is. You know, I don't know if I've ever tried to make. I don't know if I've made sweet potato pie with actual sweet potatoes. I mean, I think you'd have to cook them first. Maybe not. I mean, if you get them away from the, I guess take the skin off of them and mush them up. Yeah, I mean, sweet potatoes are flipping awesome, and they're good for you. I mean, they tell you to stay away from the regular potatoes, and so, and I can't. I'm not supposed to have regular potatoes because they're high on the glycemic index. So, and me being diabetic, it takes a toll on my blood sugar. So, speaking of which, so the doc gives me this sugar med. I don't remember what it was called off the top of my head, but I usually just use this butter, Jonathan. And Mike, I just put my sweet potatoes in the oven with a little foil underneath of it. Poke them so they'll bleed a little bit, and let her rip tater chip, and they're flipping awesome. Takes about, we do like 400 for like an hour. No, I had to quit taking metformin. It was making me sick. So he gave me this other one, and it's a little pill, and it works great. Yes, yes, I am getting the cab. Um, I've still got Eric's transfer case stuff over here in the box. I've got parts coming for it, and that was the deal. I'd build him a transfer case, and he'd give me the cab. But we're gonna work out some deal. I think I'm gonna try to get a bed from him too. Mine's getting a little rough, and try to get old Bertha straightened up. I'm still looking at Kodiaks though. Man, I'd love to have a Kodiak. There was one that was in there that uh, it went fast. It wasn't on even on marketplace like 3 days, and it was gone. And it was the right price too. It was a 5500 Duramax, rear airbags and air seats. It was white. It had like 102,000 miles on it, which is nothing for one of those. It was no six, and it went fast. It sold for like 45 grand. Jonathan, you haven't missed anything on the Camaros. They're still sitting out there. I've still got them. Um, where I'm at there is just I don't have any money right now. I'm strapped. So I'm doing what I can just to make ends meet, and it's getting worse since um, Brandon got everything screwed up. Um, so yeah, I'm still trying to do what I can, and what was that? I gotta figure out what I want to do with a pawpaw, which Grandpa's 69. Oh, 59 El Camino. Hell yes, those are freaking beautiful cars. I love the old 59s. I like any of them old stuff anyway. Excuse me. Um, I had an 85 El Camino. I know it's nothing like a 59, but uh, I had a built 355 small block. I had in that, and I couldn't keep the ass end of the car on the ground. It just wanted to squall the tires all the time. That was the last car I had that had a 350 turbo in it. That's how long it's been since I've messed with one of them. UPS driver always give me a hard time because I'd go to lunch when I had it. I lived not even 5 minutes from the house. So I'd go home and lunch and get lunch. And when I was driving that, and every time I'd come off my street and get onto the main drag, it'd bark second gear. And he'd give me a hard time in there every time he'd come by. He says, "Yeah, old Smitty's there. You can tell when he's around." Wow. Yeah, it sounds like it needs an overdrive or a little less gear. I excuse me. I'm still tossing up the idea. I drove. I had to work on customers getting Grand Sport manual, and he was complaining about it grinds going to second and third gear. And after it gets warm, it's a legitimate concern. It's like the blocker rings will wore out on this thing. And so it definitely likes to grind. Excuse me. The thing doesn't have any miles on it, and I'm not sure if it's just the way he's driving. But I told him, "Hey, look, says all I can do is put some blocker rings in it." So I'm gonna tear that down. But I drove that thing, and I'd forgotten how fun it is to drive one of those manuals in a performance car. I'm half tempted to put change my plan on Scarlet and put that Tremec that I got over there in there and have a manual transmission in my in Scarlet. But of course, it breaks out. Excuse me. I have to get pedal assembly and clutch master and all that good jazz. But again, it's all money and something I'm pretty scarce on right now. But anyway, sometimes you got to make sacrifices just to survive. Man, it's been a long time since I've driven a three in a tree. But I'm trying to think of what the last vehicle I did that I drove a three on a tree. I think it was a van. It seems to remember it was a van. I may be wrong on it, but I could have sworn it was a van. 69 GMC with a 3M tree. Yeah, that was pretty common back then. Oh, Saginaw 3-speed. Saginaw 3-speed. They're good transmissions. You couldn't hardly blow them damn things up. So were the Super T10s, but I managed to blow one up. That was my 82 Trans Am. Yeah, this mic is poking me in the gut. I think it was my boss's, my first boss that I had. I think that was the one that had the 3 on the tree. It was a van that he had bought for. I think he just bought it for his personal use. He was kind of old school. He put big old fat tires on the back and skinnies on the front. Sent me to the salvage yard one time in it. Came back, didn't even realize it, but I'd been down the side road with the thing and lost a hubcap, and he was mad. A 10-speed out of a Peterbilt. How in the hell you blow one of them spicers out? My God, those things are huge. Only thing I can think of is no oil in it or something. Either that or overloaded it. Excuse me. Man, it's that's one thing that's weird to drive to me is driving one of those big trucks. You only use the clutch letting taking off, and after that you just float the gears, and it's just one of those deals you want to grab a pedal. What's up, Jerry? Yeah, I'm actually out in my shop tonight. It's a clear night. I got a good signal, and I was like, I'm going to try it, see what happens. So, like I said, if I would have been thinking, I would have tried the tablet or something, but I'm pulling a barn day. That's pretty funny. Jerry, it's actually cool right now here in Florida. It's down in it's probably down in the lower 50s already. That's supposed to be like 40 tonight down here. It's cooling off quick. Yeah, I was watching a football game. It was snowing up in was snowing in Green Bay. What was the other game I watched that was up north? But yeah, it was snowing in Green Bay. I guess there's another big Arctic blast coming down. Yeah, it's not that cold yet, Jonathan, here. It does get down that cold down here, believe it or not. There's a couple of times where we'll get a hard freeze down here, depending on what the crazy weather does. But yeah, it's tough to do anything now because, hell, it's dark at 6 o'clock. Like I said, I was trying to get my camper tore down to find out what I gotta get to fix it. Hey, what's up, Doc? I'm fantastic. Feel pretty decent for my age. Looking at the camera though, I think it's about time to cut this mop of a goatee off the bottom of my chin. at least shape it a little bit. Yeah, it's like I said, it's cool down here now. I think they were calling for like maybe 70 during the day, which is pretty nice, but it's, low 40s, upper 30s in the morning. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I remember those days too. Yeah, I mean, like like I said, Steven, I mean, uh, um, it starts getting dark around 5, but you're out of light at 6. I worked on that camper right up until I couldn't see anything anymore. It was just enough time to get that panel off that I was trying to get off. So now I just got to rebuild it. But yeah, I heard about the propane deal. I heard propane's getting ready to go through the roof, and that's just what old Brandon and his clan want. I heard the stupidest thing the other day. Yeah, I would agree, Doc. I heard something the other day that just the stupidest thing I ever heard come out of our president's mouth. Yeah, let's go, Brandon. Uh, he says, "Well, that's." He says, "Well, see, that's why this Green New Deal is so important because you don't have to worry about that if you got an electric car." And I'm thinking, you dumbass, some bitch, you got to have coal to make the product that you're putting in an electric car. Nobody can afford that crap. I don't. Oh, good lord! I'm just gonna get all riled up, so I'm gonna just quit there. But it just pisses me off to no end. Common sense is out the freaking door. You know. Oh, I got to say, it was so funny when they lost Pennsylvania or Virginia, whatever it was, and the media couldn't stop talking about it. Oh, it was Trumpism and blah 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 blah. Hell, the Democrats even voted to get their butt out. Nice. Lithium mining, 100 times worse than the environmental. Yeah, sure it is. Yeah, that's what it was, Virginia. I couldn't remember which one it was, but I mean, they damn near lost. What was the other one they damn near lost? Wasn't that Pennsylvania? They almost lost. It was pretty close, but yeah, the media couldn't stop talking about it. It just absolutely cracked me up. That was the biggest news, and it just felt like they got. Uh, yeah, New Jersey's still blue, um, but it was still close. I just, it needs to be more about the people in the country. That's one thing that uh, 45 did for us. He pointed it out. That the amount of corruption just goes deep, goes real deep. Yeah, I just I just keep praying and praying and praying that something good's gonna happen. We need something good. The American people need something good. Um, we need stuff that makes sense. We need people that aren't that corrupt. Um, that they could give a crap less about the people in the country as long as it benefits them. It's just, to me, it's asinine. It really is. Yeah, Mike, I'd agree to that. I guess in Florida here, we're blessed to have a governor that we do. Truly blessed. If we had anybody else, we'd have been hosed too. So we're lucky. Um, Hopefully, we'll have him for quite a while yet. I heard Harris and Buddy Jug. Who in the hell's Buddy Jug? Oh, Bootleg is trying to go for an end around gut and around Biden. That doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. Yeah. You definitely, Steven, the freaking Dems were behind that one. There's no doubt about it that election was rigged, just like the rest of them. The biggest thing is we got to get the election integrity straight, and it's got to be followed, to the T. There was too much corruption, and they knew it. They knew that the only way that they were going to win that election is to steal it, and that's exactly what they did. Uh, and it worked. So then they're cramming all this other BS down our throats, and we're just supposed to live with it. Come on. Oh, it's funny. What's up, cutie pie? Yeah, they're definitely poking the bear in the cage. Oh, Lori Lightfoot. Oh my God, how much crap is she in? She can't get nobody to even do any police protection because she run everybody out. Ain't karma a bitch? Oh, it's great. I don't get it. We still got the University of Florida down here that's still pushing everything. Wait a minute. Just because. I, you know what? I don't know that I'd want to get involved in politics just because of all the BS that's out there. Because whatever you do, they're going to try to oust you if it's not part of their agenda, then you might as well count yourself out. I mean, they'll try to do anything they can to get out. I didn't know Elon Musk had a new school. That's crazy. Hey y'all, if you haven't already, hit that smash that like button for me. I've seen a couple of you have. If you haven't already, that'd be great. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, it's crazy. It's going to drive more people insane than anything else. Just having to deal with what's going on.
You tits. Yeah, I I wouldn't want to get in it. God forgive me if I keep leaning towards the screen. I've got to get some new. I don't have the money for that either. As good as a troll as DUT. Yeah. I wonder if there's any way I can get them comments to stay on type. No. Anyway. Whew, I'm getting kind of chilly. I'm getting kind of cool in here. Getting kind of cool in here. Anyway. So we get to start another day, another work week tomorrow. Yay. We got I'm training a new kid. Came from, he was working for some big diesel place. Uh, have been following a Rittenhouse trial, but I haven't seen anything since the other day. And the way it was looking is that the prosecution was going to lose it. I seen the one where the judge ripped the prosecutor a new asshole, which was pretty funny. Uh, he was standing up. He believes in the Constitution, which is great. Um, Personally, the evidence of what I've seen, I think the kid's innocent. I mean, he was doing what he had to protect himself. That's self defense. Um, I don't think he should be punished for trying to uh, to keep himself from getting killed. Now, granted, he was too young to have a long rifle or that kind of firearm. Oh, why would you want to put a Dodge motor in a Chevrolet? Come on. Well, I guess it'd be different than putting an LS and everything, since everybody does that. But um, I would do it like what LT Holman's doing. He's doing that 8.1. I mean, nobody plays with 8.1s, and they'll be able to. They could put some power out. Why not do something like that? Hell, for better yet, see if you could find yourself an old 4 cam Corvette motor stick in that 91 Cheyenne. That'd be pretty badass. No Chevys in any Ford. Yeah, I'd agree to that too. Keep the brand together. Now, old Cleater's brother, of course, he's got that Dr. Pepper Mustang, and he's got a 427 Texas Speed in it. No Dodge parts or anything. Um, and it's been done before. In fact, Sloppy Mechanics did that 4.8 in a Mustang. Eights for eights. In other words, he was trying to go 8 seconds for $8,000. Um, do it with do it with a Ford motor. Only Cummins 5.9. Well, Cummins is Cummins though. Cummins wasn't originally Dodge. You know, Cummins was Cummins engine. Now, I can say this though. If you watch, uh, oh, what the hell is his name? Uh, Taylor Ray. He's got a Fummins build that he did that turned out awesome. He put a 12 valve um, Cummins in in a Ford F-350. Used the 5R 140 transmission in it, and got everything to work. In fact, I think it was even a 4-wheel drive, and he lives down here too. That was pretty badass. Uh, that is a good combination there. Although I am not crazy about Ford's interiors, that truck in general was badass. And he put, I think he put 22 fives or 24-inch semi wheels on it. You know, I know sometimes you guys think, well, it looks gaudy. This truck looks fantastic. You need to go check him out if you haven't. Uh, look up Taylor Ray. Um, he's a drifter, and that freaking truck is just fantastic. It looks great. He got everything to work with it. Had some good companies that he worked with to get it done, and it turned out great. That was a good swap. Now, me, the ultimate swap would be a Cummins 12 valve with an Allison uh, in a Chevrolet. Don't get me wrong. Don't hear me out though. I mean, that's somebody's not done that. It's not a very common swap, at least not that I know of. But I like the Duramax. Don't get me wrong. I've worked on plenty of them, especially the old LB7s when they had all the injector issues. That's when I started working on them. And I can tell you that they seem like they piled everything on there that you could to be able to get the injectors. You had to take half the engine apart, and it still holds true today. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. That's how AMC got started. American Motors Corporation. They always did that, and when the first Jeeps did, they did it to um, a Duramax and an F-250. Now that's a good swap. It's better than the old 7.3 or the 6-point slow. Oh, I can't knock that 6.6.6.0 though. There you are. Sorry about that slight interruption. Apparently, I lost my signal. Yeah, the Grand Wagoneer. But you know, in the early ones, the Jeeps were putting like 2.8 Chevy motors in their Jeeps because it's the only thing they could find that would work. That was common between a lot of manufacturers. They'd share platforms. Um, who else did that? You know that Saturn and Chevrolet did for a while in one of their Equinox, Chevrolet Equinox SS. It actually had in one of the years, depending on the model, they put a Honda power plant in it, Honda drivetrain, because that's what they could get to work. It had a three. Was it still? It was still a 3.5 with an automatic. Yeah, it's Saturn View. But anyway. Well, shoot, y'all. Well, this has been fun tonight. View it had 400,000. Yeah. What's that other one say? Still want my flatbed and a three on a tree. Yeah. Like I said, I still really want a Kodiak. Man, those things are badass. I've worked on a couple in the past. They're simple to work on, easy to maintain. I want one to tow my camper with. I'm still looking at a bigger camper too. The old Slant 6. Man, those things were almost indestructible. You know, there was a company out there, I don't know if it was Slick 50 or if it was somebody else, but they did this demonstration on one. And they used a Slant 6 where they put this Slick 50 in this thing and ran it and then drained the oil out of it. And they ran this engine for seems like forever with this Slick 50 in there. And I don't know, almost nowhere. Yeah. So I don't know if it was a bit of malarkey, but you know, it's kind of funny because it's not on the market anymore. So apparently it wasn't that good. Not sure. Anywho, well, such is life. Sand and water, I think, also had to work when they got rid of it. Yeah. I remember those push button autos. I had a customer when I worked up in Iowa. When I was just getting into wrenching, we had an old lady that used to come by the gas station all the time. She had an old Plymouth like that. It had the push button automatic on the dash. That was pretty wild. Yeah. Hey y'all, I'm gonna call it a night here. This has been great. I've really enjoyed tonight. I'm glad y'all stopped by. I really appreciate it. Um, yeah, let me get some of this stuff rolling and get time to get these videos edited so I can get them uploaded. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Yeah, right. Thank you all so much. Y'all take care of yourself. Take care of each other. God bless you, and God bless America. Bye bye.